right? Now, first of all, we'll see the introduction of solutions. In our daily life, we come across many substances. We can see the many number of substances in our daily life. Now, if you observe these things, isn't it? Observe these things, they are in different state, isn't it? The first one, salt in water. Second one, mixture of solids. Third one is air. Fourth one is molten state. This one, molten or fusion state. This one is a liquid state. This one is the solid state. So, matter can exhibit in different states. Okay. They may be gaseous state, they may be liquid state, they may be in solid. I do remember that in class I told you most of the universe is made upon by the gaseous state. The earth crust is made upon the solid state, right? But in true, I told you in the class, 100% the matter is made upon by the gas state only. Whatever you are seeing, everything is a gas only, and the solid and liquid state is everything is imagination. Whatever we see solid, that is imagination. Liquid is imagination. Only the gas is the real state. But it is not up to level. It is, we don't discuss about that one. We'll discuss solutions today. Can you guess which of these are solutions? Isn't it? Let me take this one. Now tell me which one is a solution better? Anybody?
It's the first one.
Sir, all.
Is sugar solution? Second is the brass. Is brass is called solution?
No, sir.
Is air is called solution better?
Sir, brass is alloy. No?
Yes, sir.
Brass is a, of course, solution only. Air also we can consider in the solution only. Now, what is this solution? Let me discuss this. All are what? An example for solutions. Why brass is solution? Why air is solution? Solution means only liquid state. A question arises for us. Is solution is only for liquid states? Can we take solution for brass? That means solid state. Can we take solution for gaseous state? Is it possible? Let me discuss. Now, what is the definition of a solution? How we can give a solution definition? What are solutions? Definition, let me see now. Here the key point is what? Homogeneous mixture. This is a key point you have to observe here. Homogeneous mixture. The mixture is made upon by two or more components, isn't it? The mixture is made upon by two or more components here. This is the second thing. First thing is that it should be homogeneous. Now, what is the meaning of homogeneous? Very simple. Homogeneous, according to the definition, isn't it? Homogeneous means what happened? Physically, they cannot be distinguishable. Mechanically, they cannot be separatable. Mechanically means by using some force, you cannot separate that one. And physically also, you cannot distinguish that one. Then they are called homogeneous mixture. For example, nitrogen plus oxygen, simply you are calling as what? Air. Now, can you physically distinguish nitrogen, oxygen better? Anybody? Is it possible to physically, isn't it, distinguish nitrogen and oxygen? Is it possible? Can you separate nitrogen, oxygen? Can you see nitrogen, oxygen separately in air? Is it possible?
No, sir.
Speak, all of you.
No, sir.
You cannot.
No, sir.
It is not visible better. Everything is completely mixed. isn't it? So air is considered as what? Solution only. It is a solution only, right? Because you cannot physically distinguish, mechanically you cannot separate that normally. Okay, separation techniques are different. From that we can separate anything. That is different case. Now each component, if you observe, they may be solid, they may be liquid, they may be gaseous. What I'm doing here for explaining the homogeneous mixture, let me discuss something here. Now you have taken a sugar beta. You have taken what? Sugar you have taken. Now sugar is what type of thing? Solid it is. Now in the glass you have taken water. In glass you have taken what actually? Water. That is a liquid state. This one is a liquid state. Now you are mixing what? Sugar into water. So one is solid state, other is liquid state. But after the mixing, isn't it? When you observe, can you see the sugar particles in the water? Is it possible?
No, sir.
No,
When
sir.
you observe the second diagram and the first diagram. Second and the first diagram, if you observe. Now, entire the thing is in same state. Entire the thing is in same state. So it is neither physically, isn't it? Can you distinguish where is sugar now? Is it possible? Impossible. Even you cannot separate sugar from this one generally. Normally, once if you dissolve sugar in the water, by normally you cannot separate that one, and you cannot, the sugar is not visible. Only the dust particles may be visible for even salt also you can take. Now after adding solid and the liquid, the resulting solution you are going to get, that is what actually in same state. The result is what? In same state. That is called what? Homogeneous, isn't it? Mixture we can call this one. Next. What is solution if you observe? Solution contains what? Solution contains mainly two parts beta. One is called solute, other is called what? Solvent. One is called solute, other is called what? Solvent actually. That's true. There will be only one solvent, but we may have many number of solutes beta. Always solvent will be only one, solute will be many, right? Now, let me see what is solute and what is solvent, which can be called as solute and which can be called as solvent. Now, whichever is smaller quantity, that can be called as solute. Whichever is the larger quantity, that can be called as solvent. For example, I taken 1 gram of salt. I am adding in 100 ml of water. 100 ml of water. Then this 1 gram is very small when compared with 100 ml. Now definitely this will be the solute and this will be the solvent. For example, I have taken 10 ml of alcohol. I have taken 10 ml of alcohol. Again, I am adding in 100 ml of water. Okay, I am adding 10 ml of alcohol in 100 ml of water. Now 10 ml is very less compared with 100 ml. Now 10 ml is called what? Solute, whereas 100 ml is called what here? Solvent. So larger quantity is solvent, smaller quantity is solute. Simple thing it is. Identify the solute solvent in the given solution. Now if I take what happened, 5 grams of salt I have taken better. And I have taken 1000 ml of water. Now tell me, among these two, which is solute and which is solvent?
Sir, salt is solute, water is solvent.
Salt is solute, water is solvent. Very good. Next, 5 ml of ethanol, 500 ml of water.
Sir, ethanol is
Ethanol
solute.
is solute.
Sir, ethanol is solute and Water is solvent.
Water is again solvent only, isn't it? So I think everyone understood what is solute and what is solvent, right? Whenever water is, this is very important, beta, very important. Whenever water acts as a solvent, if water is acting as a solvent, in any solution, I'm repeating, if solvent is water, that solutions are called what? Aqueous solution. Alcoholic solution means what? What is the meaning of alcoholic solution? Anybody?
Sir, the solvent
The
is
solvent
alcohol.
Sir,
The
ethanol is
solvent
solvent.
Alcohol. Aqueous solution, the solvent is water. Tell me what is the answer, beta?
Homogeneous.
homogeneous.
Solution always homogeneous only. Solution means always homogeneous only. Now tell me what is the answer, beta, for this one?
Uniform.
Uniform.
Uniformity. Uniformity means what happens when you mix, everything will be in same phase only. Everything will be in same phase only, right? This is very simple, I think.
Solute.
Solute only, right? This solvent is
Water.
Water.
aqueous solution contains what?
Water as
Solvent.
Right.
Hey.
This is about, we have discussed about small introduction about the solution, right? Now let me discuss now, next topic is classification of the solutions. How do you classify the solutions? On which base you can classify the solution? What is the criteria for classifying the solution? First of all, we'll take a number of components. How many components are there? How many parts are there otherwise? How many components? Based upon, first of all, if two components are there, that means one solute, one solvent. In that case, it is called binary solution, isn't it? If you have three components, that is called what? Ternary solution, quaternary solution. If you have what? Four components, isn't it? So based upon the number of components, we can easily classify the solution into binary, ternary, and quaternary, isn't it? So you are getting what? This type of solution. So mostly we will discuss binary solutions only, in which two components are there. Now question here, in quaternary solution, how many solvents will be there, beta? In quaternary solution,
Two.
How many solvents will be there?
one, sir.
Only one. Here we have three solutes plus one solvent. That means when you make more number of components, we have to add more solutes to that one, right? So how many classifications we are having? Binary, ternary, and quaternary solutions. Next, this is what very important. Physical state of the solute and the solvent. When you are adding, no. When you are making the solution, no. In that case, what is the physical state of the solute and the solvent? Whether the solute is in gas state, whether the solvent is what in liquid state, that will discuss. First of all, we observe solute, solvent, and type of the solution example. Right? All of you, please observe here. This is very, very important one for examination point of view, and very simple also. Now, if solute is in gas state, okay? If solute is in gas state, solvent also in gas state, right? Both are in gas state. Now, which type of solution will get better?
Gaseous.
Resulting also gas. For example, oxygen, nitrogen, air, nothing but we can, oxygen plus nitrogen is called what? Air. Majority what happened? Oxygen, nitrogen. Remaining what happened? They are what? Very less. So air comes under which type of solution?
Gaseous.
Gaseous
Gaseous.
solution. Right, very good. Air comes under gaseous solution. Very good. Now, let me take the second type better. gas in liquid. Anybody, gas in liquid type of solution comes under gas in liquid. Now, anybody give example for this one? Any example? Can you give now?
Sir, liquid.
Sir, carbonated water.
Gas, liquid. That means liquid should be more. Gas must be less. Tell me. Yes, somebody is saying that answer. Wow. Somebody had just now told the answer. No.
Carbonated water.
Carbonated water. Very good. Carbonated water is the best. Best example were what? Soda water. Simply we can call, isn't it? Soda water. Simply in our in non-chemistry language, we can call soda water. In chemistry language, we can call carbonated drinks. Oxygen in water. But very less amount will be there in oxygen water. Because of this only the sustainability of aquatic life is going on because of what? Oxygen in water. If you don't have oxygen in water, what happens? The aquatic life cannot sustain their life, isn't it? So gas in liquid is the second type. Now we'll discuss what? Gas in solid. Now solid must be more, gas must be very less. Okay. Now that type of solution is called gas present in solid. Anybody example? Gas in solid? You keep your textbook.
Solidified carbon dioxide.
All of you keep your textbook with you and observe the textbook, isn't it? Instead of what happened, keeping the mobile with you and what just observing the phone, that is not good. Keep a textbook with you, observe the lessons also. Gas in liquid, somebody is saying what is that answer? Gas in solid. Gas should take hydrogen, also absorbing on the solid surface. Take a metal like nickel, platinum, palladium. So in this case, what happened here? On the surface of the metal, something gas will be absorbed here. Some gas will be absorbed over here. Because of what? Some minute holes are present here. So on this, what happened? The gas may be present. Next, liquid. We'll go to what now? Next solute is what? Liquid. Now all these cases solute will be liquid. Now we are changing what actually now? Solvent now we are changing. Liquid will be common, solvent will be changed. Liquid in gas. Anybody liquid in gas? What is the best example?
Air.
Air contains gas in gas, no? Moist nitrogen. So moist evaporation of liquids. When you evaporate any liquid, so you may have what happens, some vapors present, water vapor. Okay, water vapor. Now water will be in case of what? Something light little bit of what? Vapor will be there. Because of what? That liquid vapor is what actually? That small vapor. When you heat water, what happens beta? Vapor will come or not? Tell me first of all. When you heat water, vapor will be released or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now
sir.
that vapor when mix in the air, that vapor when mixed in the air, now vapor present in the gas. So evaporation of liquids generally comes under various liquid in gas. The moist nitrogen gas, in which moisture is what? The liquid state, nitrogen in the gas state. So this is the way it looks actually. In this way it looks. Liquid solvents. This is a very, very simple examination. Simple thing. When you add any liquid in the water, that will call liquid in liquid. Ethyl alcohol in water. Ethyl alcohol is a liquid. Water also liquid. A resulting solution will be liquid only. Next, liquid and solid. Solid is what? Large content, but liquid is small content. Any example can you give for this one? Solid will be large content. Yes, all the alloys will come under here. Alloys is a homogeneous mixture in which two or more metals are mixed. Here amalgam is in which state beta? Liquid state. Silver in which state? Solid states. Right? So adding some amalgam into silver comes under what? Liquid in solid. Generally, amalgams can be considered in these examples here. This is what some type of alloy. Everything looks like this only. When you mix what happened, everything looks like this only. It's solid in gas. Now solute, I'm taking solid and I'm changing the solvents now. Solid in gas. Now solid is more, but gas is what? Less. Now this example will get when iodine evaporates. Whenever what sublimable compounds, sublimable compounds if you take, sublimable compounds if you take, what happen? I'm taking iodine. Iodine in which state beta? Solid now, right? Now when you heat, what happen? Iodine will convert into vapors now. It will convert into gaseous state. It will completely convert into gaseous state. In that case, what happen? Small amount of this iodine and huge amount of the vapors now comes under solid and gas. Iodine in nitrogen, evaporation of camphor. Evaporation of camphor, if you observe what happen, camphor will form vapors. Little amount of camphor will be there. That will be an example. Iodine in nitrogen. Nitrogen will be in which state beta? Gas state. And iodine also when you heat, that will also convert into vapor. But before that, it will if you mix this one, when you mix iodine and nitrogen, it will give what happened? Solid in gas. Next, what happened? Solid liquid. Solute is solid, solvent is liquid. Which type of solution it is?
Ice in water.
Any salt in water, sugar in water, they comes under this type of solution. Next, finally, what happens? Solid and solid. So when you mix, what happens? Two solids here. Alloys, isn't it? Alloys, isn't it? Comes under like this here.
So
Mercury,
22 karat gold can be seen.
mercury alloys are nothing but what? What type of things? Mercury alloys, liquid in
Within solid.
solid, right? Solid in solid, if you observe, we can take what happened? Definitely we can take what? Any alloy. Any alloy we can take. Isn't it? This is the difference you have to observe. When you take mercury alloys, liquid, solid, 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 all metal alloys you can consider as examples. This is the alloys. I will discuss some questions also beta here. We'll discuss now questions also. What type of solution is soda water?
Gas and liquid.
Very good. It is a gas in liquid. Example, carbonated water we have discussed. Next. What type of the solution is bronze?
Solid in solid.
Solid in solid. Bronze means what you are having?
Alloy, sir.
Tin. Copper plus tin you are going to have. Alloy which is having copper is solid and tin also solid. What type of the solution is brass? Brass is what type of solution?
So liquid in solid.
No, brass and bronze both are solid in solid. Brass is nothing but what? Copper plus zinc. Both are solids only. So you can consider as a solid in solid only. It's a homogeneous mixture of copper and zinc, means solid in solid. So brass, bronze, which comes under what? Alloys. Brass is an alloy, bronze is an alloy. So they comes under solid in solid. What about the solution? German silver beta? German silver. German silver is also what happened? Alloy. It is also what? Alloy. Now tell me what is the answer beta?
Solid in solid.
Solid in solid only, because all alloys comes under what? Solid in solid, isn't it? It is having what? Again copper, zinc and nickel you are having here. Right? This is usually in this way, the making of some type of glass.
Sir, your voice is becoming low in between.
My voice is, you increase your volume. Now tell me the metal amalgam, which type of solution? Metal amalgam, like
Sir, liquid in
Liquid in
solid.
solid.
sodium amalgam, like that. In this, what happened? We can take, what is the answer, beta?
Liquid in solid.
Liquid in solid, right? This is the chain, compulsory to observe this one. But tell me, soda water is which type of solution?
Binary.
binary.
Binary. Soda is what? Solute, water is solvent. Only two parts are there, two components are there. It is a binary solution. Now, sublimation of lead to the formation of which type of solution? When you sublimate the lead, when you sublimate, what type of solution you are going to
Sir,
get?
solid gas.
Lead, when your sublimation is taking place, what you are going to get?
Solid.
Solid gas.
Solid and gas. Lead and gas. Gas is nothing but air. So lead is nothing but solid. Sugar in water, I think this is a very simple one.
Aqueous solution.
What about second answer?
All of the above.
Sir, all of these.
Sugar in water is an aqueous solution because water is
All.
solid. Sugar in water is solid in liquid solution and the binary solution.
The above.
All of these is the correct answer. This is the first part I have completed. We'll see the small.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, but
So can we take sanitizer as example of liquid in gas?
definitely we can take. Sanitizer is a liquid solution, liquid in liquid. Sanitizer can be taken as liquid in liquid solution. It's a solution, liquid in liquid. Sanitizer is made upon what type of parts, beta?
Alcohol.
Alcohol is solution or aqueous solution? Sanitizer is alcoholic solution or aqueous solution?
Sir,
Alcoholic solution.
Alcohol is major part in the sanitizer. Definitely it is an alcoholic solution. It's an alcoholic solution, liquid in liquid. Huge percentage is what? Alcohol only, right? I think we have completed molarity in the 11th class, I think. 11th class itself, everything we have completed. Do you remember that one? Shall I discuss this molarity?
Yes.
So we can revise it.
Yes,
Just I'll explain the forms only, and remaining the problems you have to do, because we are studying the solutions. So definitely again we can come up across these topics again, the concentration terms. So solutions can be generally given concentrations, molarity, molality, normality, mole fraction, weight percentage, all we discussed in the 11th class. Now I'll start directly molarity topic now, right? Now what is the definition of the molarity? Let me consider now. What is the definition? What is the definition that we discussed now? Now, to observe the definition, the number of moles of solute dissolved in the 1 liter of the solution is called what? Definitely molarity. This is the definition we can generally give, actually, right? How it is denoted? By using capital. First of all, the symbol we are using for the molarity is capital M, right? This is the capital M generally we are using. Now, the definition what we are using. I have taken beta in a beaker 1 liter of a solvent I am taking. 1 liter of solvent. Maybe it is a water. To this one, I am adding some X moles of what? Solute, actually. X moles of solute, right? X moles of solute. Now, this X moles can be taken as molarity. Okay? The number of moles of solute. We are dissolving in a solvent to make a solution, and the solvent value must be 1 liter only. Compulsory, the solvent value must be 1 liter. Now tell you why the 1 liter is must compulsory. Why 1 liter is compulsory, beta? Is my voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Tell me why this is must. Why I have taken 1 liter of solvent is must? Can I take half liter? Can I take half liter? Definitely, whatever you can take, but for writing the formula only, sir, for writing the definition only, I want to make a definition. For making a definition, I have taken here 1 liter. Why? You observe the formula now here. Molarity is equal to number of moles divided by the volume. If I take volume is equal to 1, if V is equal to what here? 1. Then definitely molarity is equal to what? N. Now N is nothing but here molarity. If I write anything 2, what I have to write? If V is equal to 2, then definition becomes what, beta? If I take 2 here, what will be the definition now? Volume is equal to 2 liter. What will be the definition?
Number of moles of solute dissolved in 2 liter of solution.
No, half of the moles. Half of the mole. It becomes bigger. M is equal to what now? N by 2. Correct or not? If volume is equal to 2, then half of the mole I have to take. If volume is equal to 3, 1 by 3. If volume is equal to 4 liter, quarter, 1 by 4. Isn't? For making the definition only, I have taken volume is what? 1. If I take V is equal to 1, simply I can say the number of moles if you dissolve in 1 liter of the solution will be taken as the molarity. For example, in this I am dissolving what, beta? 5 moles I am dissolving. I am dissolving what? 5 moles. Now tell me what is the molarity here?
5.
5, sir.
5 only. Very simple. Remaining, they are not listening, I think. Shall I ask questions? Each and everyone, I will start questioning now here. It's very simple thing. You are not on remaining when they are not answering. Right now, in this way we can make a definition very, very simple. N is equal to your number of moles of the solute. V is equal to volume of the solution in liter, right? Now, what are the units, beta? Mole always have unit, nothing but mole only, right? Volume always have units is nothing but liter, right? So definitely units are what? Mole per liter, right? So next, after that, we can simplify this definition like this. Mole always can be written as like this: weight by molar mass. Okay. If it is a molecule, gram molecular weight. Whatever the molecular weight. For example, I have taken urea. Urea molecular weight is 60. Now, can you take in terms of gram? Yes, that will be 60 grams. Then it will become gram molecular weight. Okay. What is mole? Weight, molar mass. Both we can take. And when you take V in liter, you can take direct. When you take in ml, divide that one with 1000. Why? Because 1 liter is equal to how many ml? 1000 ml. So that is the reason you write this formula. If you substitute the volume of the solution in ml, take this formula. Generally, most of the problems will be depend upon this formula only. So that is the reason This formula is very, very important. Everyone should by heart this formula. Molarity is equal to weight of the solute divided by gram molecular weight of the solute into 1000 by V in ml. Right? Write simply like this here. Okay. This is a simplification like this. In this form. For example, I want to calculate the weight. What we have to do? Send these things into left hand side and also this one also left hand side. You will get this formula. So by giving any parameter, they can ask the remaining parameter like that, right? Now, this formula, when we use beta, anybody? This formula, in which point we can use this formula beta? In which case we can use this formula? When dilute the process. For example, I'm having in this molarity M1 is equal to 0.5 molar beta. V1 is equal to, I have taken 200 ml. I have taken 200 ml, right? Now I am doing dilution now here. What I am doing here? Dilute. Dilute kaise karte beta? How do you dilute?
Sir, by adding water.
Adding some water. So I am adding what? 300 ml of water beta. I am adding 300 ml of water. That means solvent I am adding. Nothing but solvent I am adding. Now the resulting solution will be कितना होता है बेटा? Resulting solution will be कितना होता है? 300 होता है? 500 होता है? The result 500 will be. It will be 500. That means V2 means what? V1 plus how much amount of solvent we are adding? The ml of solvent we are adding, isn't it? So mostly what they take and what happens, some of the students what they take, no, V2 they take 300. No, V2 means what? After dilution, resulting value you have to add, isn't it? You have to add resulting value. So resulting value will be 500 ml and now we have to calculate M2 आपको calculate करना. M2 is nothing but molarity of the resulting solution. तो कैसे calculate करते? इस फॉर्मूला में. M1 कितना है इसमें? 0.5 है. V1 कितना है? 200 है. M2 आपको कैलकुलेट करना है. V2 500. Now M2 is equal to what? 0.5 into 200 by 500. Now 500 get 0 get cancel. Now 0.5 into 2 कितना हो जाएगा? 1 by 5 will be the answer, isn't it? 1 by 5 कितना होता है? 0.2 molarity, isn't it? The answer will be 0.2 here. Understood? Now on dilution, we take this formula. Correct or not? Right. Next, in neutralization reaction, when it comes to neutralization reaction, we can take this formula now. Now, what is neutralization reaction? Anybody? What is the neutralization reaction, beta? Yes?
Sir, acid plus base gives salt plus water.
Acid plus base.
Base
That
gives
what?
salt plus water.
I will write one reaction here. H2SO4 reacting with 2 moles of NaOH to give Na2SO4 plus water. Okay, this is a neutralization reaction. Here N1 is equal to kitna? What is N1? Number of moles. How many moles are there here?
1.
1. N2 kitna hai?
2.
Jnaneshwari is there? Not there? Absent today? इसका मोलारिटी मैंने 0.5 लिया, इसका मोलारिटी मैंने लिया 0.2 लिया और इसका वैल्यू मैंने लिया 100 ml. और इसका वैल्यू हम कैलकुलेट करना है, इसका V2 कैलकुलेट करना है। यहाँ पर V1 दिया 100, M1 दिया 0.5, M2 दिया 0.2, N1 and N2 also given. N1 N2 आपको when you write the chemical equation you will get that. Now what will be here? I have to substitute here what? 0.5, here what? 100, here 1, here 2, here it will be 0.2. We can calculate the V2. In this way, this formula is useful. Okay. Next, after for mixed solution of molarity, this is also very important. When you mix, what happened? Two solutions here. In that case, resulting. For example, what I am doing here, here it is having M1 V1. Here also having M2 V2. Here it is having M3 V3. That means 0.1 molar, isn't it? 0.1 molar with 200 ml solution. Here 0.2 molar with 300 ml solution. Here 0.3 molar, 400 ml solution, right? And all the solutions are made upon by same type of solutions only. There are same solutions. All are what? Same only. For example, HCl solution or NaOH solution. All are what? NaOH solutions only. But their molarities are different. Volume is different. When you mix everything, we get a resulting solution. No? We get a resulting solution. That resulting solution can be calculated by what formula now? M1 V1 plus M2 V2 plus M3 V3 divided by total volume. Total volume कितना हो जाएगा? 200 plus 300 plus 400. कितना हो जाएगा? 900 ml. And after that, 0.1 into 200, here 0.2 into 300 plus 0.3 into 400, you will get the molarity of the mixture of solution. Understood? This is also very, very important. Okay. Now, all these we discussed. Tomorrow, what we'll do, we'll discuss the important things about the molarity. Okay. And also we'll do some problems also. Tomorrow we'll do some problems also. Now you can ask questions now. Whatever you're having doubts, you can ask me now. Atul Rawat.
Yes, sir.
Tell me what is the definition of molarity?
Sir, the number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of solution is called molarity.
Okay, very good. Ramya.
Yes, sir.
What is the formula useful for calculating dilution of a solution? Which formula we use for diluting of solution?
Sir, M1 V1 is equals to M2 V2.
Very good. Liambak,
Yes, sir.
what is the formula of mole? मोल का फॉर्मूला क्या है? Not following. Vedant.
Yes, sir.
What is the formula we are using?
Mass by molar mass.
Very good. Vishal. Vishal is absent.
Yes, sir.
Give one example for gas in liquid. Gas in liquid solution. Any example for gas in liquid? No. Vishal is not following. Yes. Example, Yesh also absent. Left the meeting. Sumit SD.
Yes, sir.
What example can you give? Solid in liquid.
Solid and liquid, sir. Alloy, sir. Amalgam alloy.
Amalgam.
Alloy, sir. Mercury alloy.
Solid liquid.
Yes, sir.
Again, you recheck that one. Solid liquid. Again, recheck and tell me the answer. Sumit M. Solid in liquid.
Yes, sir.
What example? Is it correct? Sumit
No, sir.
SD, whatever given answer is correct.
No, sir.
Now tell me the answer, correct answer, no?
Glucose dissolved in water.
Glucose. Glucose dissolved in water is a good example for what? Salt in liquid. Very good. Now today you read the textbook up to molarity. Okay, tomorrow we will continue the topic. All of you make notes compulsory. Whatever we discuss, make the notes compulsory. Right? Now if you have any doubts, you can ask me now.
No doubt.
No doubts. Right. Tomorrow we'll meet at 9:20 again. Right? Now you can.
Sir, can you
follow.
explain the formula, sir? That last one, sir, for mixture, sir. M1 V1 by V1 plus. Yes, sir.
Yeah, no. This one.
Yes, sir.
You take what? Two beakers you take, or 3 beakers you take here. इसमें मैंने एक सभी में सॉल्ट सॉल्यूशन लिया. इसमें जो सॉल्यूशन का मोलारिटी है वो 0.1 है, जिसका वैल्यूम है बेटा 100 ml है. और सेकेंड बीकर में मैंने सॉल्यूशन लिया, उसका मोलारिटी 0.2 है और इसका वैल्यूम कितना है बेटा 100 है. इन थर्ड बीकर में मैंने लिया 0.3 मोलारिटी का सॉल्यूशन, उसका वैल्यूम कितना है 300 है. राइट? Volume 100, 200, 300. Different beakers I have taken. And solution, same type, but their molarity is what different. Their molarity is different. Now what I am doing, I am mixing everything here. I am mixing everything, I am dissolving in this one. Okay. Now what will be the molarity and the volume of this solution better? What will be the molarity? First of all, what is the volume of this solution? Now tell me, Abhishek.
Sir, 600 ml.
Very good, 600 ml. Now what will be the molarity? M. You can't take like this. 0.1 plus 0.2 plus 0.3 you can't take. This is not correct. You can't say whatever 0.6 it is. Not correct. 600 ml is correct. You can add volume. When you add 100, 200, 300, definitely we get 600. But you don't get the molarity is 0.6 better. Don't add 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. What is the formula I have to take here? M1 V1 plus M2 V2 plus M3 V3 divided by V1 plus V2. Now what is the answer we are going to get here? 600 as a total volume. That means V1 plus V2 plus V3 and M1 into V1, 0.1 into 100 plus 0.2 into 100 plus 0.3 into 300. This will be 200, I think, right? Now you will get here in this case what happened? 10. In this case what happened? 4, 40. In this case you are going to get what? 3 into 3, 90. You are going. Something you get, add everything, you will get the answer. So this is for mixed solution. When you mix 2 or more solutions. And this is for what? Neutralization reaction. This is for what? Diluting. We are not mixing solution better. This is not for mixing solution. Just we are adding some water. You are diluting. This is for mixing the solution. लैब में आपने देखते हैं ना डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ सॉल्यूशन, उसमें M1 देखते हैं, M1 0.1 मोलर रहते, 0.2 मोलर रहते. सो आप एक ही टाइप ऑफ सॉल्यूशन को डिफरेंट कॉन्सेंट्रेशन आप मिक्स कर रहे हैं. सॉल्यूशन सेम है, NaOH सॉल्यूशन है, मगर डिफरेंट कॉन्सेंट्रेशन आप मिक्स करने के बाद जो कॉन्सेंट्रेशन आएगा तो कैसे आएगा? ये फार्मूला की वजह से आएगा. अंडरस्टूड? एनी डाउट्स यू आर हैविंग? स्टिल यू हैव एनी डाउट्स?
No, sir, for dilution process, sir, we can add only water, sir, in any sir solution.
Agar if it is, I told you, if it is aquatic solution, you have to add water. If it is alcoholic solution, you have to add alcohol. So solvent we have to add. Whatever the solvent that is having, that we have to add. Mostly
Okay,
what
sir, understood.
are made upon by the water only. Mostly, most of the solutions, if you see in the laboratory, they are water made upon solutions. So if that depend upon the solvent. Next.
Excuse me, sir.
Understood.
जल्दी बोलो बेटा.
Sir, is glue considered a solution?
Glue.
Yes, sir.
Glue considered as a colloid. Colloid.
Okay.
Colloid is a heterogeneous system.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Homogeneous.
Okay.
Glue, gum, dust in air, they cannot be called as solution. Understood? Dust in air cannot be called as a solution. Gum, glue cannot be called as a solution. Blood does not called as a solution. Even blood also I can't take as a solution. It is a colloidal solution. Solution is different. Colloid is different. What base it is having depend upon the size of the particle. The size of the particle is more. That is the reason it is considered as a colloid. So that we'll discuss in the next level chapters. Separately we discuss aqueous chemistry.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Glue is not at all called as a solution. It is called as colloid. Shall we close now?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
All of you leave now. Tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.